You often hear people say, not only people in general, pastors also, that words have power. Well, that expression isn't exactly correct. Words are sound constructs. For example, when I say I, what do I mean? Do I mean this or one of these organs over here, or just me, a reference to me as a being? Now, when you are writing it down, there is a difference between this and this, because you write it differently, but you pronounce it the same way. So the sound construct I, it's just a sound construct. In Japanese, I means yes. So when someone says I, a Japanese may think they're saying yes, but the Japanese may think yes to what? And you may think, oh, they're referring to themselves. Because there's no context that in the sentence that it refers to an eyeball. Okay? So it's not the sound constructs themselves that carry the power. It's the intent behind the ones speaking those sound constructs. Let me explain. With a parable. Let's say someone is cooking. Okay? And this individual is, let me say like this. He is very angry, he's very upset, bitter. So when he's cooking, that bitterness emits from him through his energy field. And this affects, well, the dishes he's making. Well, he uses many intense spices. Let's say he's making curry. He serves the dish, or the waiter or waitress serves the dish. The people eat it, and some of them had to throw up because it tastes so dirty. They think this is not curry, this is trash, even though it's curry. Some of them even became sick afterwards. Now what happened? The negative tension of the chef affected the food, and therefore for those that ate the food became ill. Some even tasted in their mouth that something was wrong. They tasted the bitter tension. It is because on the surface, the food was just food, it's just curry. You could see curry. You could touch it, it's curry. But on the molecular level, the structure of the molecules changed. So when you ate it, it wasn't just curry you ate, you also ate the tension of the one that prepared the dish. But if you have someone that's, let me say, he may be baking a cake and he forgot to put cinnamon in it, or he may have forgotten a lot of sweeteners, but he prepared it with joy, and then you receive it, you eat it. Wow, you're happy. What happened? You are tasting the joyful tension that was transmitted onto the ingredients. So it's the intent that affects the food. Well, the same it is with sound constructs, what we call words. It's the intent behind them. If someone says I, let's say there is some African tribe where the word I means asshole, for example. Let's imagine that. The one saying I simply means themselves. But someone from a tribe in Africa may think, oh, he's calling me an asshole, and he becomes upset. Now, he's trained to become upset when he heard the sound construct I. So, the sound construct triggers something in him. And the only reason the sound I had an effect on him is because he was conditioned that way. So, sound constructs can be powerful to trigger people, whether for good or for bad. That's true also, but it's still the intent behind it. And here's the thing. It also depends on the individual. If you were taught that the sound I, the word I means an asshole, for example, and you hear it has an effect on you. But if you never knew what the word I meant, for some of you from a Malaysian tribe, then you heard the word I and think, huh, what's the individual saying? So it also depends on the hearer. But apart from the hearer, sound constructs or words are powerful, but it depends on the intent of the individual. For example, the words hello and hi. They have a pagan origin, and I'm going to explain the pagan origin right now. The word hello comes from Helios. Why? When the wizards and the blue bloods used to meet in ancient times and also in the early medieval times, they would say Helios, and they would give the salute to Apollo. Apollo is another name for Helios. It's how they would greet one another. Christians, at the other hand, some say believers, were taught to send peace. So they would say, Bom dia, for example, of Buenos dias, or they would use the crease of health and well-being. And this is left in the languages. But the pagans would say, Helios. After a while, they realized that mentioning the name of the beast was too obvious, so they changed it from Helios or Halios to Hallo, hello. There's all variations of the name Helios. What about hi? Hi comes from the word chi. Chi is an abbreviation of Helios. So, but you can say he, and then you can change the tones, then it becomes hi. You get what I'm saying? For example, in Portuguese, you say hola. Turned around is allo. In Spanish, also hola, turned around is allo. It's the greeting of Helios that turned into hallo, they turned around, hola. Does it mean that when you say hola to someone, you are cursing them? No, you're just saying hi to them, and you may be very joyful. So it's the intent of the words that matter. Now, of course, if you go around saying Helios, Apollo, and whatever, of course it will have a different impact in the paranormal. You get what I'm saying? So use your brains. But nevertheless, it's the intent behind the words that are powerful. Because if you believe that the sun constructs in themselves are powerful, then false teachers can use this incomplete understanding to trap you into all kinds of false doctrines. So again, it's intent how the words are powerful. Of course, you should pay attention to the words you're using, especially when writing, so that people can understand what you're saying, so they won't get any misunderstandings. But it's the intent that matters. Okay? So, when someone is speaking to you, let your radar work. Okay? If you sense that something's wrong with the intent of the individual, then likely it is. Well, that's it for now. Keep agreeing with Christ and be at peace.